Welcome back to the Insta Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast where you hear flippity dippity, flippy flop, and it's always an Insta Classic. And it's still technically Survivor Series week, so we're going to do another Survivor Series video. I was thinking about it, and I was trying to figure out what we could put out for more content, and I know we all sort of agreed that the Survivor Series matches this year sucked and were thrown together and sucked. So I thought, why don't we do our own kind of fantasy matches and see what we come up with? And this whole week I was watching all Survivor Series pay-per-views. Not all of them. I started from 1990 and then went up. But one that I specifically watched was Survivor Series 2001, which was the kind of the end of the invasion storyline that they had. And I know that TNA recently did an invasion storyline. So you know what? The Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast is going to do a WWE invasion storyline. So what we did is we did two WWE teams against two sort of invasion teams. It could be any wrestlers from any promotion. So you could have Ring of Honor guys, you could have PWG guys, you could have New Japan guys, you could have anybody. If there's a little independent promotion near where you live, you could have those guys. You could have whoever you want, But I'm going to kind of start off with mine, I guess, to kind of get into it. So I did a little bit of a storyline with mine. What I did was I took Johnny Gargano and I took Tommaso Ciampa are on two of the indie teams. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. They're in the WWE. Dude. They can't be on the... Well, they can. See, the way I did it was because it feels like they haven't been used well on NXT. They were used for a couple matches and then they were jobbed. So in this storyline, they're kind of fed up with WWE not using them correctly. So they kind of, turn on WWE and join the invasion trying to take over the WWE. So that's kind of how I started off the storyline a little bit. Similar to things that happened in the original invasion with WCW, ECW. A couple of guys kind of turned and joined WCW, ECW. So similar to that. But so for the indie teams, for Team 1, and I did captains for each team too, because traditional Survivor Series matches always had captains. You don't have to have a captain on your team if you don't want, but I did. So for Team 1, my captain was Adam Cole, because you got to have Adam Cole as your captain. Adam Cole, baby. And on his team, we have Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, ACH, and obviously Johnny Gargano is on that team. And then for the second indie team, I was trying to figure out who I wanted to captain this team, and then I was like, you know what? Who's been there forever? Jay Briscoe. You know what? If you want to have a captain of your team, you got to go with Jay Briscoe. He's just gonna go in there, and he don't care. Reach for the sky, boy. So on his team, I put Michael Elgin. I put Ricochet. If you don't know who Ricochet is, he also is Prince Puma in Lucha Underground. So I put him in there. I put TJ Perkins. Also, if you don't know who that is, it's Manic. So I got them in there. And Tommaso Ciampa. So those are my two indie, invasion teams trying to come in and take over the WWE. Do you want to do your invasion teams, and then we'll go to the home front, trying to protect the WWE and Vince McMahon and the Authority and.
All right, yeah, I'll do that. So my first match, basically my main, all of this was uh, invasion based, but my main thing was you obviously want one match that's going to start the show, that's going to get the fans, excited. And since it is an invasion storyline, I thought, why not just put every title on the line in this match, except for the world title? Um, so what would happen is, so you got on one side your WWE team, you got Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and the New Day going up against AJ Styles, ACH, DJZ, and the Young Bucks. I forgot all about Ricochet, and I forgot all about Manic for some weird reason uh, when I was thinking of these teams. But so what would happen is the win, whoever would win, regardless of if you were a sole survivor or not. So the team that wins, I feel like what would happen. So for example, let's just say the indie team won. We would have AJ Styles would be the world champ, or not the world champ, NXT champ at this point. Um, ACH would be US champ, DJZ would be Intercontinental champ, and the Young Bucks would end up being tag team champs. So then it would kind of it would give you something to work for. You wouldn't just be it would get the crowd excited, but then they would have some sort of repercussions to it too. And the way these guys would debut, same with my other team. My other team, they would all debut kind of the same way. It would just kind of they would debut in NXT. A couple of them would debut because I'm thinking this would go from WrestleMania to WrestleMania. So a couple of them would debut at last year's WrestleMania, just as a surprise, like last year's Royal Rumble, just as a surprise. And then they would kind of just build on that. So I feel like um, who would win this match? Let's see. Um, what would happen is I think Team WWE wouldn't win this match because it's WWE. They're not gonna have their teams just lose. You know, Team WWE would end up winning this match, and so then we'd have. I'd say I'd keep Finn Balor at NXT champion because he's already NXT champion. I would put Sami Zayn as the no, Intercontinental champion, Samoa Joe as the U.S. champion, and the New Day as the tag team champions. So then everybody has a title. So and then it would just keep going, and they would keep. Obviously, you'd have your not Ring of Honor, but Indie versus WWE feuds going on throughout the rest of the year until WrestleMania came around.
All right, all right. You went more into detail than I thought you would with such short notice. I'm surprised. Uh, you know, but anyway, so uh, moving on to my WWE side, because you gotta fight for your paycheck. So team one, and this is obviously would be in my storyline. It would be next Survivor Series. No, John Cena is not anywhere ever in this. No. Um, so this would be for me would be next Survivor Series. So Seth Rollins is back. He is the captain of our first WWE team with Tyler Breeze, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and Bray Wyatt on Team One. And then for the second team, I put Finn Balor as captain because I feel like they would give him enough of a push on the main roster, or he would still be NXT champion. But you got Sami Zayn, Neville, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose on Team Two. Um, I didn't go into much detail on who would win because I'm gonna leave that up to WWE. I'm gonna let them ruin this match. I'm gonna let them just botch it. Because that's what they would do. They would ruin it, and they would make they would throw John Cena as like a special guest referee or something like that. And the man can't count. He can't. But anyway, this isn't a Cena rant. But that's my so what's your other match? What's I'm excited. I'm
All
more
right.
excited about yours now because
All right, this would be my main event, I guess, of the evening because it would be for what would then be a unified world title. Because I used Ring of Honor guys, TNA guys, and WWE guys. There would be a WWE logo, there'd be a Ring of Honor logo, then there'd be the TNA letters, or I don't think TNA has a logo at this point. There would be like a TNA logo, so that would be like a trifecta type of a belt. Um, and I don't really know how to start. How I feel like I would obviously have to start with Jay Briscoe. Coming in, kind of on the Titantron or something. Um, I don't really know when, where about he would come in. Maybe the Raw after WrestleMania or something like that, because a lot of people will be watching, and he would kind of challenge the world title or the world champion at that point, which who would be, let's just say Reigns for hypothetical reasons. Um, so he would be challenging Roman Reigns. You think you're a tough boy? You're not. I'm tougher than you. I'm challenging you. Let's unify these titles. Um, and then you would end up having EC3 as the TNA World Champion at that point because he was the only TNA guy I used for this. He would be like, I'm the best. I was born and bred for this. I've been in this company before, and now I'm about to take over this company again. So you have EC3 talking smack as well. So you would end up having a triple threat match for the titles at some pay per view, maybe even a filler pay per view to make that pay per view feel a little bit bigger. You'd have a triple threat match there, and you'd have EC3 versus Briscoe versus Roman Reigns. Briscoe would be right about to win. It'd be really close to winning. Actually, you know what? Let's go with Reigns since this is kind of what they do with Reigns anyway. Reigns would be really close to winning, and then he would hit the Superman punch. EC3 would come in, hit him with a chair, and then EC3 would leave. EC3 would leave the arena. Jay Briscoe would pin him, and Jay Briscoe would be the champion. So now we have EC3 and Jay Briscoe working together. TNA and Ring of Honor working together. And then throughout the rest of that year, you'd have guys like Adam Cole, baby, debuting. You would have EY debuting. And you'd have Jay Lethal debuting. I actually forgot that Jay Lethal was the world title champion at this point, but that's okay. I mean, feel free if you feel like Jay Lethal was more deserving than Jay Briscoe, just put him in that slot, in that world championship slot in these storylines. But so you got those, and then so that would end up being the team of Survivor Series. So the indie team is EC3, Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, baby, EY, and Jay Briscoe going up against Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Um, so now we're at Survivor Series. This match would be for a unified title at this point, a TNA WWE Ring of Honor World Title at this point. And I put EY on there for the turning factor because if you want some awe factor, you put EY in there because you're like, oh well, obviously if anyone's gonna turn, it's gonna be EY. So I put heel EY in there because I'm like, he'd be the perfect guy to put in there for a turn. So basically, the way you get this title, only one person wins the unified title, and the person with the most amount of falls is the one who wins the unified world title. So Reigns is dominating at this point. Reigns, he is dominating. He's got it down to Jay Lethal. Actually, no. Let's go back to the original storyline. He's got it down to EC3 and Jay Briscoe. Roman Reigns has all the falls. His team is not happy about this. His team, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, and Rollins, all former Ring of Honor members, turn on Roman Reigns and they join Team Ring of Honor. Roman Reigns is left to fight for himself, and I don't know how it ends because I was like I don't really know how to end this. So I'll let you decide. Casey, how would you end this? I'll actually let you decide. How would you end this? Roman Reigns is all alone. He's by himself.
All right. Well, see what happens is, you think you think Roman Reigns is about to just get beat down. There's no way. There's no way he could, take this onslaught of these amazing Ring of Honor, stars, past, present, future. You know, and then you I'm trying to. There's two ways I could go with this. I'm trying to decide which one to go with. We're not gonna go with the CM Punk way because he said he'd never come back. We're not gonna do a CM Punk return. What we're gonna do is out of nowhere, Vince McMahon's music hits. The boss, and he comes out, and everyone's kind of confused. What's going on? And he says, you know what, Roman Reigns, you can't take these weak Ring of Honor scum. You know what he's gonna say next? Is you're fired. Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
All right. After listening to your ending, I thought of an ending as well. This is kind of where I was going to go with it, but I didn't know if I wanted to go with it this way. So they all turn on Rollins, or they all turn on Reigns. It's what 9-on-1 at this point. Actually, no, it's only 7-on-1 because he eliminated 2 other people or 3 other people, and so Reigns is all alone, and then we have a double turn. We have Kevin Owens. He turns on his new team because he doesn't get. Actually, no. Let me go back. EY is the one that turns because it's obvious. EY's got to turn. He's gonna take what he wants. He's gonna take what he wants, don't it? EY starts power driving everyone ever, and he just starts spinning his own team. And the referee's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna count. So EY starts spinning his own team, basically just eliminates his own team because EY doesn't care. And then Kevin Owens ends up hitting the pop-up power bomb on Roman Reigns, hits the pop-up power bomb on EY, hits the pop-up power bomb on Jay Briscoe, pins them all, and Kevin Owens is your new interpromotional King of the Mountain TNA Ring of Honor WWE World Champion.
Yeah, King of the Mountain because it's interpromotional, so it can be defended anywhere, and it's been defended on TNA. That's it. uh, I I like this. I feel like we could do more videos like this. I feel like this is something we should do. For it, especially for pay-per-views. What we could possibly do. If anyone else likes it, like the 6 people that watch our show, and Justin, if you like this, because I know you're watching, or you're gonna be watching this. What we could do is when they have pay-per-views, we could watch the pay-per-view, do our normal review, and then we could do our fantasy show. What we would do. That could be something that we could do. But yeah, I kind of like how this came out. I liked my ending a little bit more. The you're fired. Just I haven't heard it in a while. I haven't heard it, and I feel like it would sound good with Roman Reigns. I feel like it would sound good. I mean, nothing against the guy. I'm just saying you're fired. But that's gonna be our fantasy Survivor Series storyline. That will never happen because WWE will never sign most of these guys. Even though a bunch of them I've seen, I've read, um, might be coming, or WWE is thinking about signing them. I saw something about Adam Cole possibly. Um, uh, I'm trying to think. I thought Michael Elgin or something like that, but I don't know. So we'll have to see in the future and see if they actually do anything with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. But that's gonna be the show for tonight. I almost said a review. This isn't a review. We already did the review, but we will see you on Wednesday or Thursday.
Well,
Um,
tomorrow too. We got NFL picks.
and tomorrow for NFL picks. And we'll decide what we're doing with NXT and TNA, because I don't know if we're gonna do last week's or if we're just gonna skip over that and then do. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. But we will see you on the flippity dibbity. Follow the Twitter on the flippity dibbity, and then tweet us on the flippity dibbity. Peace out on the flippity dibbity.